All right, Shalom, Shalom. This is Arakar Reuben coming out of Lions Den of Yasharala camp. First and foremost, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ha, Rakah, Kodash Ma'amath. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, also to our elders as well, down here in the Lions Den of Yasharala camp. Har one, salutations to all the Akim around the four corners of the earth, true sincerity. All right, today I have a lesson, Lord willing, that's edifying to the hopefully elect out there. All right, and with that being said, we'll go ahead and jump straight into it. All right, hey, basically this is just going in dealing with wisdom. All right, not the wisdom of this world, but the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, we know that the wisdom of this world is talked about in the scriptures is foolishness. All right, so it's the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that we need. It's the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai that's going to suffice. All right, within that time of trouble, within that day of trouble. Okay, all right. Uh, no specific order, impromptu. That's what I'm on for right now, trying to see which one to start off with. Let's just go ahead in order, dude. All right, this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 1, verse 27. It says, "For the fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight." So, man, the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction, man. So, man, hey, first and foremost, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, he didn't give us that spirit of like worldly fear, what people, run off of today. For one, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai didn't give us that spirit of fear, but he gave us the spirit of power, man. So with that being said, the fear they're speaking of here, man, is a sense of power. All right, having the power of knowing who the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is, knowing who the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai stands for, what he can and what he won't do, It ain't, so with that being said, man, hey, that's the fear of the Lord, by having the wisdom to be able to understand and comprehend who he is and what he wants and needs us to do. All right. So that's why it says the fear of the Lord is wisdom and instruction. All right. We get and comprehend the blueprint that was given to us, and we understand what's prescribed for us to do. All right. And by doing that, hey, shit, we do it out of faith and meekness, man. Henceforth, hey, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is near to those of a broken spirit and a contrite heart, man. All right. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. By us having this knowledge and wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, by us being in this world, this realm, we're constantly oppressed, with shit. We're mad. We're pissed off, sad, day in and day out. Why? Because we're constantly impressed by way of this wisdom, being able to unplug from the matrix and be able to look in. All right, we'll wipe our eyes with the eye salve that was given to us by way of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. That way you can see what's going on within this world, man. All right, so that's why you need the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. This is Proverbs chapter 4, verse 5. It says, "Get wisdom, get understanding. Forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth." So, man, you want to get wisdom, you want to get understanding. All right. Matter of fact, let's go to wisdom. It says, wisdom is the ability to apply knowledge and experience with good judgment, insight, and common sense to make sound decisions. Let's see what it says down here. It says the quality of having experience, knowledge, and good judgment, okay, and the quality of being wise. The soundness of an action or decision with regard to the application of experience, knowledge, and good judgment. All right. So it says, get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. So you want to get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the Lord Yahweh Bash. Well, you want to get this knowledge and wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. And you want to get understanding, because there's no need to read the words that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is telling us, and you can't comprehend them, All right. So therefore, we get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding taken in. That's why he told us to consume the whole roll, all right? And by us consuming this whole roll, hey, guess what? As we take in this information, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Why? Because guess what? Isaiah 33 and 6, we're going to skip down a little bit. It says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is his treasure. All right. So that's why we don't need to forget it. That's why it says, forget it not. Why? Because this is going to be stability of thy time. This is going to be the buoy that we're going to need in order to stay afloat within these times of danger, within these times of trouble. All right. It's talked about in Jeremiah 30 and 6, 30 and 7. I was about to say Jacob, trouble 30 and 7. Con. All right. Verse 6 of Proverbs 4. It says, forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Wisdom is a principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. So come, man. Hey, you, as we take in this information, as we take in this knowledge of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, you want to get understanding too as well, man. Henceforth, these idiots, you got Tazariat, Johanna, Nate the Snake, degenerates, you got no great tribulation before we enter the kingdom of heaven. John is not a man. John the Baptist is not a man of the Lord. All nations are going to be destroyed. So that's why it's imperative. Wisdom is a principal thing. All right, we can read the scriptures all day. All right, we can get and read the scriptures all day, but at the end of the day, and with all that get understanding, we got to make sure that we understand the scriptures, man. And by way of us understanding these scriptures, it's going to be by way of the Spirit of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. All right. It's not meant for everybody to be able to break down these scriptures, Hey, shit, somebody got to lead the 2/3. Shit, somebody got to lead 2/3 of destruction. Hey, Yahweh Ratazah, hey, I'm not a part of that number. And the men that are out here teaching the truth to sincerity with me too as well, man. Why? Because we're out here speaking according to the words of the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and not by what we feel or what we think or what we feel like should happen, So Khan, all right, Proverbs 4 and 7, it says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. All right, because Khan, man, not once again, knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of thy times, the strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. All right. So come, man, once again, not the wisdom of this world, but the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. As the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua says, man, the wisdom of this world is foolishness. All right. Shit, hey, the world won't be able to, as far as this age, this realm won't be able to save itself for what's to come. So therefore, shit, why would you look for this place to get salvation for what's to come? And they don't even know how to get it for themselves, man. So that's why you want to take heed to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's why you want to follow after him, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10, and I'm going to start at verse 6. It says, when the ungodly perished, she delivered the righteous man, who fled from the fire which fell down upon the 5 cities. All right, it's talking about Lot and Sodom and Gomorrah, man. All right. Hey, and today, the city which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, which would be Babylon, which would be America, man. So therefore, as scripture tells us, all right, look at the generations of old. Did any ever call upon the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua and was forsaken? Was any of them ever confounded, man? So that's why we have to take heed to this book. That's why we have to take heed to this to these scriptures that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has given us, man. Because scripture says, look at the generations of old, man. All right. So therefore, by us doing that, we're able to see what the prophets did beforehand, before our time, in their times of trouble, in their times of tribulation. So therefore, when we're presented with something similar, all right, we know what to do. All right. That's why, with all thy getting wisdom, get understanding. You're able to comprehend, man. Those that called upon the name of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua were saved. Henceforth, Romans 10 and 13. For whosoever call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, man. Yeah, you got to ask, so you can call him Yo Play Yogurt if you want to. I hope he melt your ass into the same exact thing that you scoff with. All right. Verse 7 of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10. It says, of whose wickedness even to this day, the wasteland that smoketh is a testimony. and plants bearing fruit that never come to ripeness, and the standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul. So Khan, man, hey shit, this time it won't be no monumental pillar of salt. Your ass could be left as yeah, it's gonna be left as plasma for the lake of fire, man. Why? Because hell is gonna be cast into the lake of fire, man. As scripture say, seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of person ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness, man? So it's not gonna be a fucking salt fragment to be left around, man. Why? Because everything is gonna be dissolved. This destruction is gonna be the destruction of destructions, man. You know? So, this destruction is going to be a monument of itself by it being nothing left over here of this place, Babylon, except for fire, you know? So, Khan, man, they got that hurt in Sodom and Gomorrah. Why? Because they didn't do the things that was pleasing to the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. They didn't take heed to the Lord, man. Matter of fact, they didn't take heed to him. So, guess what? He numbered them to the sword. All right, Isaiah 65. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 12. All right. Matter of fact, let's start from 11. It says, but ye are they that forsake the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, that forget my holy mountain, that prepare a table for that troop, Gad and many, all right, and that furnish the drink offering unto that number. You know, sacrificing to other gods, not taking heed to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Hey, so therefore, man, hey, shit, you worshiping other gods, man. As he's calling out to you, all right, telling you to turn back. Shit, you got your back turned and telling him to turn away, you know. So with that being said, guess what he's going to do? All right, this is verse 12 of Isaiah 65. It says, therefore will I number you to the sword, and ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear, but did evil before my eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not. So Khan, man, the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is going to number you to the sword, man. All right, by way of as he did in the times of Sodom and Gomorrah. All right. Once again, this is the city spiritually called Sodom and Egypt. All right, shit, it's just as worse during those times, man. You know, Sodom and Gomorrah, Sodom and Egypt. All right, shit, hey, same things are going on, right over here, man. Nothing but wickedness, you know. All right. So therefore, within this world of wickedness, you want to make sure that you sit down and focus and listen to the voice of the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai calling to you through this crowd of wickedness, man. You know. Hey, people not taking heed to that voice. So guess what? They getting caught up. They getting their ass destroyed. They getting their ass numbered to the sword. All right. So this is verse 8 of Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10. It says, for regarding not wisdom, they got not only this hurt, that they knew not the things which were good, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness, so that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid. Y'all can say, nah, that ain't never happened. Shit, what is these balls of sulfur over here then, man? Is that pure sodium? A pure sodium mound standing up right there? Nah, it's a monument that the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai left behind for the wickedness that they committed during the times of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Same way he's going to do with America. Same way he's going to do with Babylon. This is going to be that lake of fire, man. All right. That shit is going to be a big ass pool of fire. All right. Constantly burning. Won't be inhabited by Forsake people, you know. Only the desert animals, man, that's able to withstand the heat. Owls, lizards, you know, things of that sort. So, Khan, that's why you want to take heed to the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai while you can, all right? Because you're not always going to have that leisure to be able to do so, all right? So, Khan, it says, but also left behind them to the world a memorial of their foolishness, so that in the things wherein they offended, they could not so much as be hid. So Khan, man, hey shit, by them not taking heed to the Lord, the Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Hey, shit, they was left as a memorial. They was left as a monument. All right, for unbelieving souls. All right, going back up. Where is it? Yeah, right. Yeah, right here. It says, "And standing pillar of salt is a monument of an unbelieving soul." All right. So that's an example for those that didn't believe within the scriptures. An example of those that didn't believe in the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. They said your ass gonna be left in the grass, man. Left in the dust, however you want to look at it. Left in the fire, better yet. All right. Why? Because you didn't believe scripture. You felt like you was bigger than the program, you know. So the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to number you to the sword. And this is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It doesn't matter if you don't believe, man. Shit, that's not going to, shit, hey, once again, you're not bigger than the program, you know. This is Romans chapter 3, verse 3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua without effect?" Question mark. Oh, damn, they ain't believe. Damn, shit. You know what? Let me go ahead and revise these plans, man. You know, shit, had everything mapped out, but shit, this bunch over here, they don't believe it. So we just go push it to the side, you know, maybe shit, you know, maybe possibly put it on the back burner, you know, for a later time. Nah, that ain't how it go, man. Who cares if you don't believe, man? What the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua says goes. All right. Verse 4, Romans 3. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua forbid. Let Yahweh Bashim Yahushua be true, but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So come, man, it don't matter about what you think. It don't matter about how you feel. But what the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua have commanded and prescribed is going to come to pass, man. So therefore, that's why you want to take heed to him while you can. That's why you want to take heed to him while he's calling out to you through the mouth of his prophets, man. Because guess what? That wisdom isn't gonna be always. Wisdom is not gonna always be there for you to take heed to her to be directed to him, which is the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right, and this is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10, verse 9. It says, "But wisdom delivered from pain those that are dependent upon her." So come, man, by taking heed to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, by doing the things that are pleasing to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, wisdom, matter of fact, wisdom conjectural for right, you know, which means guides a right. Take you down that right path, Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8. All right. It says if a man, yep, all right. Wisdom of Solomon 8 and 8, it says, "If a man desire much experience, she knoweth things of old, and conjectureth aright what is to come. She knoweth the subtlety of speeches, and can expound dark sentences. She foreseeth signs and wonders, and the events of seasons and times. Therefore I purpose to take her to me, to live with me, knowing that she would be a counselor of good things, and a comfort in cares and a grief." So con, man, shit, wisdom is gonna direct you down that right path. Wisdom is gonna direct you, guide you closer to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, until you're one with him, man. So therefore, you want to take heed to this wisdom. You want to take heed to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. All right, while this, you still have a chance, man. All right. Once again, what it says, Isaiah 33 and 6. All right, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. All right, so is what's going to keep you afloat within these times, man. The knowledge and the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, not what you think, not what you feel, or what you would like to happen, or whatever the case may be. That doesn't matter, man. All right, once again, Romans 3 and 3. All right, so what if some did not believe? All right. Now, so what if some did not believe? All right. It doesn't matter, man. Hey, but guess what, man? Let the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua be made true, okay? All right. Hey, his words are not going to return to him void, you know? So with that being said, man, hey, shit, if the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua said it, it's going to come to pass, all right? So that's why wisdom, you want to make sure you take heed to the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua's wisdom, man. All right. Why? Because this is the wisdom that's going to suffice within those times, you know? Not the wisdom of this world, but the wisdom of the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. All right. So with that being said, Lord willing, this video was edifying. And once again, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Ha, Rakah, Quadash Ma'amath. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Also to my elders as well, down here in the Lions Den of Yasharala Camp, Hara 1. Salutations to all the Akin around the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth sincerity. Hey, Shalom, man. DTA, we're almost out of here. Shalom. Keep pushing, and quick clip real quick.
From the ache of loss they gathered in silence, and there it was, a flame of sky and ocean, born from pain yet unburned by it. It spoke without words, and every scar. From the ache of loss they gathered in silence, and there it was, a flame of sky.